Hello everyone, this is step-by-step guide on converting 6-cylinder vehicle into CNG. I'll be explaining everything in details. As you can see, currently I'm showing the kits you are going to be using for the conversion. That's the injector we just see now. This is the wires we are going to be using. So these are the kits we are going to be using. That is the ECU we are seeing inside the carton. Yes, this is the ECU, electronic control unit, and this is the wires for the connection. We are going to those are the 9 wires. Because this one is 6-cylinder, we are going to be having 2 of those. If you notice, we have 2 plugs there. So that is the first one. It is actually labeled red. Those wires are labeled red and black. So these are the this we are going to put in on the injector reel, the jet exactly on top of it, like that, as I'm showing it to you. So basically, these are the kits. This is the map sensor. We are going to be connecting the hose so that the gas will be coming there and it's going to be sending signal to the ECU, electronic control unit. So that is the plug for the map sensor. Everything I'm going to be doing it step by step. This is going to be connected to the injector rail, and that is sensor wire, and this is the switch to be switching from petrol to gas and from gas to petrol. And this is also the steel pipe, and that is the hose for the connection of the that will be transferring gas from the reducer to the map sensor and to the injector rails. And that is actually the where wire will come through from the tank, and this is going to be attached at the head of the tank. And also this is the filling valve where the gas is going to be filled. These are basically the keys we're going to be using for the conversion. And also those are the bolt and nut we are going to be using. This is the reducer, which reduces the pressure of the gas coming from the tank to 200 bar, that is suitable for the system. And this is the gauge that we are going to be attaching to the reducer to know exactly the bar or the PSI we are going to be using, that the conversion is going to be using. So this is the tank. This is the tank. This is a 65-liter tank. That's 16 SCM. And this is the wires for the O connection. I hope you are getting this. I'm going to be explaining this in detail. So you do a proper measurement of the tank. You measure the boot also. Can you see? That is what we are doing presently now, so that you will know how to position the tank, so that it will not affect, do not take too much space and affect the extra tire in the boot. Because not all cars can be converted. By the time you check the boot, you'll be able to know that this car can be converted or not. So you can see how we put the iron there, so that we can mount our tank on it, because the tank must be firm. That is basically what we do there. So these are the wire we're going to be using for the connection. We are separating the wire so that everything will look factory finished. You understand? So those are the wires we are going to be using. I'm going to be showing you the wire and be telling you the function one after the other. So that is the one we are going to be using, plugging with the injector rails. So this one is actually the okay, we are not going to be using this one. This O2 wire, we are not going to be using that one. And that is the OBD sensor wire. OBD sensor wire. You will see the connection by the time we start. Then I'll be explaining everything one after the other. So that is the battery wire, and the connection will soon start. So now basically we started the connection. This is the mechanical aspect. We are trying to connect the gauge, that is the pressure gauge, to the reducer, so that we are going to be seeing the reading on the pressure gauge itself. So basically that one is done already. So now we are moving into laying our steel pipe, which is the pressure pipe carrying the gas from the tank to the reducer. So you are going to package it where under the car. You can see what we are doing right now. So the steel pipe is going to be connected to the tank at the boot side. That is what we are going to be doing. So from there we'll move to the connection of the injector rail. Here we are trying to position the injector rail together, because we are using 2, because it's 6-cylinder, and the injector rails come in pairs, which is 4-4. You can see. So it's going to lose it. It's going to put the mount close to each other so that you can put T-junction to connect those two together, because we are working on 6-cylinder. So this is going to be done for 6-cylinder and 8-cylinder. If you are trying to do connection like that, you will see what we are going to do here. You can please help me to like this video and click the subscribe button, so you can see what basically what we are doing here right now. He opened the other, he changed the other side inward and he lock it outside back, so that you can put this one together. So in that manner we'll be able to connect our T-junction. So that one will be coming from the reducer directly into this injector ring. So now we are trying to position our filling valve also to a very suitable place. Practically now we are doing the mechanical aspect. You will see we are okay. So that is our injector ring. That is where we want to position it, close to the manifold, because we are going to be draining the manifold to connect the hose that will be transferring the gas into the manifold, from the manifold to the engine. So that is what we are doing now. We are using soldering iron on this manifold because it's a plastic manifold before we attach our jet to it. So that is what we are doing basically now. This is very simple. It is something you can do even basically if you're an engineer. You can do this in your home. It's a very simple thing to do. We are only attaching to the existing car setup. So we are attaching the jets onto it. As you can see, that is the manifold. We are attaching the jet on it. That is where we are going to be connecting our hose carrying gas from the injector rail to the manifold. So we are trying to position where we are going to put our reducer. As you can see, this car does not actually have enough space, but we are still trying to convert the car. So you can see what is going on here exactly. So gas, I'm trying to explain it as much as possible so that everything. So now here what we are doing basically here is that we are locking the ferrule on the pressure pipe, so that by the time we put our filling valve there, everything is going to keep perfectly and is going to prevent leakage. I will show us furthermore on how to lock that ferrule and nuts before we attach our filling valve. As you can see what we are doing right now, it's a very simple stuff to do. So after then we'll lock it, then we are going to our filling valve already. So that one is coming, that pressure pipe is coming from the tank backward to the filling valve straight. So from the filling valve to the reducer. So this is how to lock our ferrule. We are going to insert it on that pressure pipe. So we'll use this one. We have this one separately that we use to lock it. So you are going to lock it, but by the time you lose it back, the ferrule will have been on the pressure pipe already. You will see what is going to happen there. So that is basically what I was doing here. So we lock it before we attach it on the head of the tank. You are going to see basically everything step by step, how we convert this 6-plug car into CNG, making it an hybrid. It's going to be using petrol also if you want, and it's going to be using gas. So here, these are the 9 wires we are going to be using for the connection. So here the color combination of all these wires is blue, red, green, yellow. But here we are going to be neglecting the yellow. We are only going to be using the blue, the red, and the green. So I will be explaining this connection later in another video. I will do that one separately, because this connection of all these wire to the nozzle socket that you are seeing there is very essential, because that nozzle socket we are going to check for the 12 volts on it. So we are going to check for 0 volt. The one having the 0 volt is the one we are going to be cutting. As you see, we have already cut one for the first one. So the one going into the socket for the first blue is going to have the blue. So the one going out of the socket is going to have the blue black for the first one. That is exactly what we are doing here. So he has already connected. He cut the one with 0 volts. The one going into that nozzle, the one going into the socket is one carrying blue wire. The one going out is the one carrying blue black. They are going to attach it to it. So that is basically what we are doing there. So the second one is going to be red. The second connection here is going to be red, as you can see. So it's going to cut the one having the 0 volt again. The wire, the wire that is holding, the wire is actually color coded. One is absolutely red, and while the other is red black. The one with absolute red is the one is doing now, is going into the socket where the socket is facing. You understand? Because you know they cut the wire into two, and the one with red black is going out of the socket. Can you see the way you connected it? Check the video. You can watch the video over and over again. You are going to get the connection. It is very simple, but separately I'm still going to do a video on this so that we can understand it better. So, and the next connection is green. The wire they are going to attach with that one is green for the third nozzle here. So they are doing we are still trying to check for the 12 volt again and the 0 volt again, to be sure. That is basically what we are doing here, because you must not make mistake on this. This is the crucial connection on this conversion of CNG car into petrol. So you can see one is reading 0 volts, the second wire is going to read 12 volts. So the 12 volt is the power, and we only need to attach our power to just one of those 12 volts, because out of those 6 sockets, every one of them will be carrying 12 volts and 0 volts. You can see that one is carrying 12 volts. The one that's the one we are going to leave out. The second one, we are going to cut it. You can see it's going to cut one out of it now to attach the first blue and the blue black. The blue is going to the side of the socket, while the blue black is going to the second side that we cut. So it's doing the red one too. They have connected we have already connected the first one. So the second one, the red is going to the side of the socket, while the red black is going back inside the ECU. You can see that is clear. So the next one is green. The next one is green. I'm trying to explain as fast as possible so that you can get this clear. If you watch this video very well, you understand better on how this is being done. It is very simple, and that nylon you are seeing there, we try to cover the manifold so that our dirt will not enter inside the engine. I hope you understand. So that's why you are seeing one light on there. So you can see it's connecting the green too. The green is going into the side of the socket, while the green black is going outside, which is the ECU of the car. So we are neglecting the yellow. You will see what they will do with the yellow. They cut it exactly, because we have 3 nozzles on this side of the engine. We have the other side which they are doing presently, which we are doing presently. That is another side. This is 3, because it is 6 plus a engine. If you count those holes, you will see that they are 6. Exactly that is what is happening there. I hope we understand this very well, this connection, but be expecting another video on this one whereby I will be explaining directly from the video. And that is the power. The wire is always red and white. So they are going to take one of those 12 volts we have tested for in all those sockets, all those 6 sockets. They will just connect with one. You can see they connect with one. That is all. So only one will be carrying the 12 volts. So now you are going to package all those wire very well inside something so that everything will not just look anyhow. You can see what I'm doing right there on the reducer. I'm trying to connect a hose on that reducer that is taking gas from there, yes, to the T junction, which is going to be connected in between the injector rails. So this one we are doing now, this one also needed T junction. It's going to be connected to the map sensor. As you can see what I'm doing right there, map sensor. I haven't put the T junction yet, but I will show you where I put the T junction. I will put the T junction from that reducer. So it's going to carry another hose to the vacuum. I will show you everything later in this video. So you can see this one, this second one, I just removed from the map sensor. That one is going from there to the side of the injector ray. There is a space provided already. You can see from there to the side of the injector ray. You can see, I will show you everything. You can see how I trace it. So that one to the, so from there to the side of the injector race. You can see, yeah, it is a very simple connection. So now here we'll do our T junction, because that is where the gas will pass through this injector race to be distributed into those manifold, and from the manifold to the engine, straightforward. You can see what we are doing there. We are using clip to prevent leakages there. We are using clip. So from there, you can see I've already put the T junction here. If you see very well, from there to the map sensor, you can see from there to the map sensor, you can see I've already attached the T junction to the head of that reducer also. You can see that's a T junction. Yes. So that it can carry the second air, because that one is for air. So you can carry that air to the vacuum. I'm going to show you later in the video also. So this is what temperature sensor. You can see where we will attach it to the radiator hose. That is the ECU. So from here we already passed the wire. This is OBD wire, sensor wire. We already passed it inside the car, and the switch wire. We are trying to do the switch to change from here. That is the switch wire to change from gas to petrol and from petrol to gas, because it's just a button. You can see, yes, that is where we are going to put our switch. So those are the only two wires that will come inside. For the switch, that is the switch I'm trying to fix now. And the other three wire is the OBD sensor wire, because we are going to attach that one also. So from there now, you can see the connection. I'm going to be doing all this plug. So that is that for the switch. So now we are trying to, you can see this is the connection of that T junction I was talking about. I just made another video to make it clear. You can see. So from there to the vacuum, you can see where we drill as the vacuum. So that's that for the vacuum. You can see. So this is how we are connecting the OBD sensor. This OBD sensor has where we are going to be connecting those three wires to it. And from there, okay, that is how we attach. You are going to be, there is a plug for that water temperature sensor to be attached to the radiator. So that is what we are trying to do there, and it's going to be attached to the radiator hose. You can see to sense. So for this ABC, for this injector ray connection, so the first part of the injector ray, we are going to put the A. Those clip are labeled A, B, C, D. Then the other side E, F, G, H. You can see the A connected, and that one is negated, which is the last one. You can see this one too. E. This one is, yes, E, F, G, H. We are not going to connect the H, so we are going to connect that E, F, G. It is a very clear connection. It is a very clear connection. It is a very, very clear connection. You can see we neglect one because it is 6. If it is 8, everything is going to be plugged. If it is 8 cylinder, everything is going to be plugged. Everything is going to be plugged. And check very well how I connect that all those holes to the manifold. The first side of all those holes, the first side of the manifold was connected to one side, and the upper part of the manifold was connected to the other side. So this is the connection of the battery. That one is simple. You can see the battery was connected positive and negative. So this is simply the connection. This is how we convert the car. And from here, this is the calibration. The calibration is actually simple, but it's a bit technical. I just show you the video, but I will not be explaining in details. If anybody needed a video on how to calibrate the car after the conversion, you can just let me know, so that I will now give you the link, or I will tell you how you are going to be calibrating your car. So this is how to auto calibrate it. We are presently doing auto calibration. You can see it said impossible to continue because of water temperature. There's a way we are going to change it from 4K7 to 10K7, so that you're able to meet up with the temperature. So the calibration is very simple too. If you want a video on how to calibrate it, just let me know. I will know how to get back to you and send the video. Please, you can click the subscribe button and help me to like the video. I can give you more content that you want. If you can give me a subscribe button, if you encourage me to do more, this is a very simple thing to do. and I will make sure I help you out. You could be able to, even if your car has been converted before and you need help on how to do it, I will help you on it. I will send a video to you. So this is the settings for the sensors, for the RPM. You set this one for the acceleration of the car. If the car is not picking up very well, this is where you're going to be adding or you're going to be reducing. If you have any question, you can simply ask me. Drop it in the comment section and I will reply you as fast as possible. Thank you for this video. If you need any video again, please let me know and I will drop it. Thank you.